Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Have another shave of the day, and we're going back to something that's been used a while back, but I haven't used it on camera for a while. I've been using it off and on here and there, but it's CBL Outlaw. This is supposed to be a dupe of Stetson. You get kind of that Stetson feel out of it, but it seems to be more on the Play-Doh side of the scent. So I get kind of a Play-Doh kind of smell out of it. But it's supposed to be a dupe of Stetson. But, So just put it this way, when I lather it up, it smells more like Stetson because what did I do? I put Stetson in it. It's like, if it's supposed to be a Stetson dupe, I want it to smell like Stetson. So I dribble a little bit of Stetson aftershave into the thing. Smells better now. All right. Then we're going to be using the Krisp razor with a nice wood handle with some Astra blades today. So that's the shaver with its blade. And then we're going to finish off with, you probably guessed it from the thumbnail, Stetson. Yes. Sorry, Sig, if you can't get a hold of this stuff. It smells really nice, and I like it. All right. So, but mine's got menthol. All right. Well, I like menthol. Okay. I just got some Stetson on my hands already. That feels good. All right. Where are we at? Oh, yes. Getting all excited. All right. A little bit of Barbasol 1919 on the face. Adds a nice little layer of slickness. You just put a very thin amount on there, and it makes a great pre-shave. Now, this stuff, the quality of the soap itself is not bad. It's just that these guys needed to work on their scent profiles. I had the peanut butter and the Poseidon. I did give that. I think I gave the Poseidon to Sig, which was a more of a oceanic style. You could see it has that. Oh gosh, I can't even think of the word. Aquatic scent. There we go. Like if you're along the side to sea. Hence the name Poseidon. Alright. You know what? You can't shave without the blade in it. Duh. Boy, that was an epic fail. Okay. I got everything out and I forgot to put the blade in. You know what? It's one of those days. You ever have one of those days where you just sit there and get the cart before the horse? And you're like, why isn't this working? Why isn't the horse pulling me? And they're like, oh yeah, I really epically failed that one. So, yes, this is important when you start your shave. You need the blade in there. It's a three-piece razor, so, yeah, screw it together. Looks lined up. There we go. Now we're cooking with rocket science. Boy, there. Yes, we do not restart anything. We just go with the flow. Now you can hear it. There we go. It's like when I first was going, like, oh yeah. So I usually put the blade in beforehand to save, that 30 seconds to a minute of time. Because people's time is important. Speaking of time, the other day, I was looking through the Facebook post, and there's Jim from Will's Shaves, Jim Will's Shaves, and he posted a picture, is like showing his head, and he's got a big gash in it, and he had a big band-aid up there on his head, and he was like, I got my head mashed. Like, one of those, I think, from my understanding, it's like the door. He's like on a coach or something, travel coach, and the door opened, and it's like whap, right in the head. I can relate to that. It's like I got a nice gouge on top of my face right there, across the bridge of my nose. And that was because my wife, she opened up the cabinet door. I was down getting something out of the drawer in the kitchen. I was cooking a meal, and she got a glass out, and she left the door open. She reached in, grabbed it, and left the door open. I stood up and hit the right there, right across the nose with the door, and I just like, ow, and I'm like, blood, ah, you know. Yeah, a little irked. Went in, and it's like, oh, I got a nice gouge on my nose, right across the bridge. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that looks like it hurt. You think? Gee, woman. That's not the first time she ever did that to me. I got hit on the cross top of the head before. Took a chunk out of my head. Like the head wounds up on top of your skull seem to bleed a lot. Like capillaries and everything are right there. Your head is a place that helps regulate heat for the brain, so it, you know, spend a lot of time pumping blood through there, cooling. So you have that. This is a nice, the soap is slick, I'll give it that much, but there's that. And it was I think I told the story about when I cut my finger. I was like cutting onions, and it's like the knife went, you know, like, ow, that hurts a lot. And I was like, ooh, that's bone. And my wife was sitting, she was like, and she just out of the kitchen, gone. She just disappeared on me. And it's like, hello? And all of a sudden this hand reaches around the wall of the kitchen. You know, their hand reaches around, and she's like holding a little towel. And I'm like, thanks. So I looked at it, and I was like, well, time for some super glue. So I super glued it together. He's like, we need to take you to the doctor. That looked really bad. I was like, all right, took care of it. He's like, what do you mean? I glued it. You glued it? He's like, what do you think super glue was designed for? It was designed to glue wounds together. Field expedient method. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah. I got a nice little scar there now, like on this finger. And I got a scar. It was like in between that. It's right through here. We were cutting a tree up when I was a kid. You know those big bow saws? You know, got the big giant teeth on them. We were cutting limbs out, trimming a tree, and Dad said, you know, get up there and trim those limbs out of there. And my one brother was up there doing the work, and I was moving the branches around. You know, he cut one off, and I just catch the branch and toss it off to the side into the pile, or it would go over to the burn pile. And he pretty much was done from what he was doing, and he tossed the saw down. And me not thinking, reached up, oh, here comes another branch. Oh, no, it was the saw. It went right through there, just right down. It's like the webbing right through there, cut it just right down. And I was like, ow, I got longer fingers over here now. It's like, man, that was not pleasant. A couple of stitches later. I think I've told the story before where it seemed like the local clinic had us on, like, oh, here comes those boys again. Got this Stitch Express coming in. Got some more stitches needed. Yeah, there's another time where, you know, those old Folgers coffee cans, they were made of metal, literally cans. My parents drank a lot of coffee. I'm not a caffeine guy. I don't do caffeine. I can't sleep to begin with. Add caffeine, I'm up for 24 or 48 hours. So I avoid this stuff. But I had this coffee can. We're out there. You know, we played war when we were kids. We went all out. We dug trenches, made forts, you name it. And so we had our little trench line on one side. It's like out there along the field. And one of my brothers filled up a coffee can full of rocks and tossed it, like he expecting it to go off like a grenade. Well, nothing came out. The can hit me in the top of the head, and I ended up with a big old gash up right someplace up there. Kind of, it's like when I got my hair shades short, you could see it, the scar. But it just laid my head wide open. So, off we go again. Time for some more repairs. Come waltzing in the house, and I got blood coming down my head. And my mom's like, "What did you do? What happened?" "Oh, I got hit in the head." I was like, "Oh, you're gonna need stitches. Get in the car. Let's go." Yep. Which was kind of interesting because I ended up in this. I think it might have been the same spot. I had a kind of like a growth going up there, like a cyst or something. And this would have been around 2000. And it was kind of annoying. So I went and seen a dermatologist, and he was like, "Oh, I can take care of that for you. That's no big deal." He's like, "We can take care of that in the office right now, right in the exam room." And I'm like, "Okay." My wife was with me at the time. And he's like, "What we're going to do is call in a nurse." And he's like, "I need this, this, and this." And she comes in, and she has a little tray with some like Novocaine and some scalpels and stuff. And he just parted the hairs, injected in the Novocaine, and he broke out the thing, and it's like I could feel it going on, that tension up there. And he opens it up, and all of a sudden you hear this inside your skull as he's scraping it out. And my wife was like, she's like, "I gotta leave." And he says, "Nurse, I need a little more sponge." "All right. More gauze." "All right, we're good. All right. You're gonna feel a little tugging here as I put the stitches in." It was like you can feel your skin up here going, being pulled up, but it was numb because of the Novocaine. Stuff's slick. Good slickness. Yeah, this is the real residual slickness of that is really nice. And if you see me going, if you're new and you see me going all different directions, my hair from here to here is a big swirl. So I gotta go in 19 different directions just to get it to go. It's like, go straight down along here, up on the upper part. But once you get below the jawline, you gotta do what you gotta do to. So when I go up, I'm getting part of the swirl. When I go in this direction, I'm getting part of the swirl. When I go this way, I get part of the swirl. It's like, yeah. So, and so I had the stitches in, and where I was working at the time, I was like going in and so yeah, I gotta go into the doctor's office and get these stitches pulled out. And one of the ladies that worked there, well, I used to be a nurse. Let me see. And she looks like, oh, that's no problem. She goes, breaks out some little bit of scissors, and she goes, click, click, and she goes, quick, 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 and you feel it tugging and pull out the stitches. Like, oh, thanks. That saved me a trip. Yeah. Growing up, never had to worry about what it's going to be like to get stitches. And you just, something you expect. It was like one of the worst times I've seen it was my one brother, because we had horses on the farm, and they had pull team, and then we had my mom had her horse, it was a quarter horse, I believe, at that time. She's had Arabians, quarter horses, barrel racers, you name it. She's had horses all of her life. So my one brother was riding it, and his twin brother was supposed to open up the fence, because the gate, you know, it's like they had the big main post there next to the gate, and they had barbed wire wrapped around it. Because you had basically kind of like a small area around the barn, that, you know, kind of like a sub pen for let the animals out if you wanted to. Usually we kept the calves and stuff in that area before they get sent to the field. So at the time it was sort of in use, and his twin brother was supposed to open up the gate. He didn't open up the gate enough, and he was riding the horse through, and his leg caught on the post with a barbed wire. Laid him open. He had a big old gash like that, right down to the bone, along inside of his thigh, right around the knee. A nice slickness with this soap. One thing I did say, they did a nice job of keeping this soap is pretty decent. But, you know, it's like he laid himself wide open. He's on the ground. Ah, my eye, my leg. And I'm like holding him down. It's like holding his leg, and it's like, run in the barn and grab a towel, you know, so, because, you know, we had dairy animals, and we always had towels in there that one brother runs in there and grabs it, and I just laid it across his, hold pressure on his leg. You see right down into his leg. He's like, oh, I think that's bone. I think, yep. Just laid him wide open. And told my other brother, go get Mom. His dad's always at work. Because this is the 70s. And you had to supplement all your income to be able to survive on a farm, because dairy prices sucked. And Mom comes running out, oh my God, I'll get the cook. And she comes running in there, gets the car, drives it up, and we carry him in, put him in the car. And since I was, you know, it's like an older brother, and my other older brother, he comes out, and we carry him in the vehicle, and took him to the doctor. laid them open, and you got a nice shot of antibiotic, bunch of Novocaine, and they sewed him up. He still got a nice scar today on his leg. Kind of hard to see it though, because he had reconstructive knee surgery on it later on, but you know, it's like with all the other scars, it's still there though. But watching him getting sewed up is like watching someone sew you know, if you've never seen it, it's like watching someone sew clothes together. Basically, your skin's a layer of cloth. Alright, so here we go. Little Stetson. Ooh. Smells good. Alright. That is it. Oh. You know, Segway says never sees me use any aftershave balm or anything. I never do. I use lotion. Oh, here we go. There we go. I just use basic lotion that I just put on afterwards, after the aftershave dries and I'm done cleaning up. I'll put that on there, on my face. Oh, a little weeper right there. You don't even feel it. Alright, well. Alright, where are we at? That was CBL's Outlaw. Smells sort of like Stetson, but kind of Play-Doh-y. But nice residual slickness with this soap. The soap quality is pretty good, but they need to work on the scent profile of that one. And then we use the Krisp razor with Astra blades. It's got the beechwood handle on here. Nice little shaver. Par with the Mercor 34C or the Edwin Jagger. So there you go. And then we followed up with some Stetson. Okay, that was the shave of the day. Hope you guys liked this one. So hit the old like button, subscribe. All you new people that have showed up here in the last week, thank you. I appreciate having new subscribers. And if you're new, hey, go down, say below and say, hey, glad to be on board and watching. All right. So we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.